Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. Hey, I thought we'd talk today a little bit about how not to relax. Sometimes people come to me and they say, how can I relax this or that movement, or how can I relax this or that technique, or how can I relax in my life? And I've got a few suggestions. The first one is don't try to relax. Don't be determined to relax. Determination and effort and force will help you in certain arenas in life. Like you can be determined to practice 5 times a week, or you can be determined to make a certain technique second nature, that kind of thing. But with relaxation it won't help, because you're already trying too hard, you're already doing too much. Relaxation is not something you do, it's something you undo, it's something you stop doing, right? So usually there's too much activity, not too little. So if you're thinking you want to do something, like if you're doing a movement, let's just say doing a punch or something, and you think, oh, I want to try to relax, people will shake their hands a lot, like shake their hands, and feel like that's going to help, and maybe a little bit, but usually they just go right back to where they were. So it isn't a question of determination, it isn't a question of effort, it isn't a question of using force. It's a question of finding out what you're already doing, right? What you're already doing, and then doing less of it. So don't try too hard. Don't make it too much of an effort, because you have to let go of effort in order to relax. The other thing, and this is the big one, is that people tend to focus when they're trying to relax on their upper bodies. They try to focus on what's going on up here. Like they're trying to relax a punch and they're thinking about softening this and relaxing this. That's not a bad thing to do, but it's doing it out of order. You have to start with your structure. You have to start with your lower body, with your feet, with your legs, with your skeletal structure. Because if the skeletal structure is not in place, you won't be able to relax. For instance, if I'm like this, I can only relax so much because my skeleton is out of place. So the skeleton has to be solid in order to bear your weight. That's going to happen when you relax. So the way I put it is like your skeleton is like a chair, and if a chair has a rickety leg, you won't feel comfortable sitting in it. You'll be going, gee, I'm going to fall over. So start with whatever the technique is. Start with your feet. Make sure they're firm on the ground. Make sure your knees are over your toes and not twisting in or twisting out. They're in the same plane, the middle of the kneecap as the middle of your foot, more or less. Space in here, crease in here. Maybe the pelvis dropped a tiny bit, ribs lifted a little bit, shoulders back a little, and your spine lined up. Think of, does your structure have integrity? And by integrity, I mean integrity like an architect would talk about structural integrity. In other words, could a person stand on your shoulders? Could a person sit on your shoulders in the position that you're in, and you could take that weight? Like here, just the difference between here I can take that weight, here I can't. If someone sat on my shoulders, I would just go down to the ground, because I don't have integrity, I don't have structure. So start with structure. If you have structure and you're in a good position, then you can relax the muscles and soften them much, much, much easier. A lot of problems of relaxation come from the underlying structure not being there. So for starters, take whatever movement you're doing, check your structure in the beginning of, like say if you were going to just do a punch, check your structure in the beginning of the move, check your structure in the middle of the move, and check your structure at the end. Could somebody sit or stand on your shoulders? Well, in any of those positions, and you're okay. Here, no. Here, yes, right? So when you've got the structure, then think of moving slowly through the movement, very gradually. And I know people who are thinking about not telegraphing their moves, you don't want your body to move before your hand, but as a practice, for just practicing relaxation, if you, let's say, I just want to do like a punch like this, I want to feel my weight transfer and let it go out my hand. So I'm feeling a ripple from my back leg traveling up through my body and out to my hand. So I feel that ripple. And I just want to get used to this being soft and relaxed and not effortful up here, not lifting up here, not tightening. Have it be nice and soft and relaxed. And then as that gets relaxed and gets more comfortable, then you can move the hand and the ripple can catch up to it, right? So for starters, your body moves your hand, just so you get used to that ripple going through. And at the very end of the punch, the ripple goes backwards, back down into the ground. So you're not going and hanging out here where you can be pulled off balance. Slow motion, you're going boom, so that you arrive relaxed and with that structure again. You're not out here where you can't bear weight. So do the movement slowly, relax your way through it, and then later on you can think of more like the hand moving and the body catching up. But for now, relax and push through it like that. If you're doing a Tai Chi type movement, like say you're doing a Qigong exercise like this, a good way to work on relaxation is not to stop and stop at each stopping place, but instead to maintain a little bit of movement so that when you get to the end you just slow down and then you come back. And then you get to the next position you're going to be in, you slow down and then around. As opposed to stop, stop, stop. Okay? Same with your punch. If you stop, you're not relaxed. But if you back like that, a little more relaxed, right? So it's just coming from your body, as opposed to, holding on too tight. So to review, don't try to relax, don't be determined to relax, don't force the relaxation. Start with your structure, particularly your legs and your core. Make sure that's in alignment and has integrity and is solid and structured. Then go slowly and feel the ripple of strength and power go up your legs and out your hand, and then you can work on hiding the body first feeling. That's obviously going to signal that you're about to punch. So those are a few things that you can do to relax. Also, if an area is tense, like say if my shoulders are tense and I focus on the shoulders too much, I'm moving my shoulders with my shoulders. So obviously that's not going to make them relax. So if I was going to relax, say, my shoulders, I could do a very gentle shoulder circle like this, right? But instead of just doing it this way with my shoulders, I'm going to sink into my structure and then rise as I bring my shoulders up, and then sink into my structure as the shoulders go down. So my legs are helping the shoulders up, and my legs and lower body are helping my shoulders go down. So this way the circle's really from here, and this helps that, invites it back into the current, back into the connection, back into the wholeness of your body, instead of saying, oh, this is one part. In the West we tend to focus on parts so much. In the East it's focused a little bit more on the total body. I asked one of my teacher, Andy Dale's teachers, her name was Gao Fu, she was a Chen style Tai Chi master, and Andy was the softest, most relaxed, flexible mover that I'd ever seen when I met him. And another 5 years later, or more, Gao Fu showed up in Seattle to teach Chen style, and Andy started with her immediately, and the first thing she told him is that he was too tight and too stiff. And I was just amazed, because if he was too tight and too stiff, like I was, what, a piece of rebar or something. So there's levels and levels and levels and levels of relaxation. But I was at a workshop with her, and somebody asked her, how do you relax the chest area? And I expected her to say something like, well, you do this or you do that. And she didn't speak great English, so she had everybody crowd around her, and we all put our hands on her body in various places. And then she showed us how she did it. And what I felt and what I got from that was it was not a question of relaxing the chest independently. She went like that. It was like everything in her body loosened and softened and flowed down, and it included the chest. And I took a big lesson from that. Don't focus on the part so much. Focus on the overall downward current of energy or the overall forward current of energy, and add this to it. Add the part that you'd like to relax to a larger flow, rather than break it out from the flow and treat it as a separate thing. So like I say, if your shoulders are sore, let it be a whole body movement. Even if your wrist was sore, let your whole body move that hand in space. Let your whole body do it. So it's moving, but it's incorporated into spirals from the entire body, instead of just, isolating. You see people, I'll say relax, I'll be doing, someone will be doing Tai Chi, and I'll say, they'll be like a little tight in the hands, and I'll say relax your hands, and they'll go like this. And it's like, no, stop holding on to them, let them go. And then they'll go too limp, and you say, okay, bring back a little bit of energy. So our golden rule is, firm but not rigid, relaxed but not lift, and that's Tai Chi. That's yin and yang, not yin or yang. So those are a few tips that I hope can help you relax your movements. Go slow, take it easy, feel the whole ripple from the ground up, and then you can work on hiding the ripple. That's another issue. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you like this sort of thing, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel or visit my website, GeneBurnett.com, for more information.